Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you really looked at a tree, not just saw it, but reflected on what it is and why it exists? But before we get into it, good morning, everyone. And thank you so much for joining me here on a brand new episode of Shaar HaBechinah. Now, in this third chapter of Shaar HaBechinah, Rav Av, the author, teaches us how to reflect on creation. Not with shallow eyes, but with true depth and purpose. The world is not just something that you need to observe, but it's something more that you need to understand. And understanding starts with breaking down what we actually see. So he says, first he tells us to study the basic elements that make up the world. Take, for instance, water, fire, earth, air. These aren't just raw materials that were put here. They are carefully measured, combined, and assigned specific functions by Hashem. Just like a beautifully built house points to its architect, the world points to its maker. The design is intentional and it's just absolutely beautiful. But it doesn't stop there. We are taught to analyze what happens when these elements are combined. Let's look at a tree, for instance, right? You have the trunk, you have the roots, you have the branches. Each part has a function. The roots absorb the nutrients and the water, the trunk supports it. The branches, they stretch out and they capture that light. And together, they serve a purpose, whether it's to grow fruit, give shade, or provide specially, much needed oxygen. And all that's not random, that's true brilliance. And then finally, there's the really big picture. If you think about kind of the cooperation between the sun, the wind, the ocean, the soil, and you're going to find something truly astonishing. The sun, it evaporates the water from the ocean, then it forms clouds. The winds, they move those clouds across the earth. Then the rain falls, the soil receives that much needed water, and we're not done there. When you have tiny microbes and fungi and bacteria, which turn dead material into fertilizer, and then new food grows. It's a perfect cycle of life built with absolute precision. And that, my dear friend, is a chance that Hashem has wisdom to display. And Rav Av also reminds us that even waste gets recycled with purpose. Dead leaves and food scraps, they become soil, they become nutrients for the soil, and even what seems useless is truly transformed into something super beneficial to us. And this too is Hashem's kindness and His wisdom at work. And finally, we're told to study the function and the purpose of every part of creation, not just how it exists, but why it exists. And even more, we have to explore the spiritual quality that's embedded in every single thing. Fire and air, they rise. Water and earth, they sink. All of it reflects not just on natural order, but on spiritual intention. This is what it means to reflect on creation. Not as a passive viewer, but as a seeker of wisdom. And every single blade of grass, every gust of wind, and every drop of rain is whispering a message that there's a creator behind us. There's Hashem. Look, understand, acknowledge Him. And this isn't just about science or nature. It's really about connecting to the one who made it all. Every moment of reflection is a chance to deepen your relationship with the one who created it all. Thank you, everyone, for joining me here today, and I love you all.